Working hard or hardly working.
Well, yeah, talk about yourself.
So I'm from California, and some of the things I did out there, I worked at Best Buy, the electronics store. I worked there for 13 years. I was in cell phones, so I taught people how to get connected, and ran the cell phone department. I had the best team in the company. I got to go on prize trips for the company.
Okay,
They would send me back with a box with just like $3,000 worth of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I would give it to my team based upon how they did on the scorecard, because you never bite the hand that feeds you, you feed the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons my team did well. But one of the main reasons my team did well is every day that year, I prayed to God, and he blessed me. I said, what do I got to do to win? And he's like, you know what, Nick? Just thank me for everything I did yesterday, because I moved heaven and earth to get you wherever you were at yesterday. And then ask for the moon today. So I did. I would be like 500 in the company the day before out of 1,058 stores. And I would be like, thank you for 500 in the company. Thank you for your angels and ministering spirits that got me where I was on my team. And get me to number one today. And it wasn't immediate. Like, it was wisdom that you got over time, and my team got the best wisdom. And once you're doing the right behaviors, it's only a matter of time before you start winning. And that's what my team did. And so they kicked butt.
Tell me about the real estate. What did you do with that?
Real estate was cool. I moved on to that because at Best Buy, they have something called performance punishment. They punish you for being number one, and they knock you down the next year. And so I lost my whole team to like local cell phone stores. I basically trained all the stores in my town on the area. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to go to a place where sky's the limit. No one's gonna mess me up if I do too well. And I started doing real estate. And that first year in real estate, I sold 15 homes, and you're only supposed to sell 3.
Yeah.
So I made 90 grand that year.
Dang, okay.
And I was capped out as a manager at Best Buy at 75 grand with bonuses.
Yeah.
So I made more in real estate, more in real estate than I did as a manager at Best Buy.
Oh yeah.
I went to LA for 9 days without a cell phone and no money.
Hey, how was that?
Crazy.
Yeah, what all did you do there?
Dude, I started out in Irvine. I was trying to reach a buddy I'd been talking to on the phone who was in jail.
Oh, dang, okay.
He was in jail for 2 years, and I went to go see him. And I had to go from Irvine to North Hollywood, and it took me about 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
And a straight line's 40 miles. But I went like this. I checked out 9 colleges. I'm a realtor, so I checked out all the fancy houses and stuff. One of the sections I checked out was in Santa Monica. Just north of there is Pacific Palisades, where all the fires were recently.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I checked out all the fancy homes up in East Palisades, and that valley there I saw from the top. I'm like, dude, if there was ever a fire right here, it would burn right to the ocean.
Yeah.
And it did. I know about the mudslides, and they happen a few years after the fires, because up in Northern California, we had some fires, the Carr Fire back in 2018. And the year since then, the 4 years after that, we would get mudslides from the trees and have the root systems.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy. There's a bunch of gold that's come down from the mountains down in the creeks that nobody really knows about. You could go out there, it's like a new gold rush. You could pan for it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. So good point. The mudslides.
What all have you done so far in Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake's been great. My friend Tim is the reason I came out here. He showed me everything downtown. We did karaoke at the Boomerang at the Down Under Bar.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We've checked out almost all the parks up here. 3 of my favorite places since I've been here have been probably the library. Because you have such good views from the roof now, because they just opened up the roof. Have you been up there?
Oh, did they make a whole roof? No, dude, we might have to go there.
You guys got to go to the roof of the library.
Yeah, because I've climbed up all over, up the staircase and everything, but I know they were working on something. But
a week and a half ago.
Dang, okay, yeah, we got to go to that.
So they have the Beehive up there. You should just go film everything and show it off. If you have Premiere Pro, you can do the, I think it's past beta. It's called Enhance. You wouldn't even need a good mic. Between Keynote for all my animations and some of my green screen and animations I do all in CapCut for free. But Keynote's free on the iPhone, and I've got I spent the last 3 years since real estate working on over 200 templates for animation and for realtors, for literally if you want to become a realtor, I have your business card template, your real estate sign template, your first time buyer's home guide, and your first 16 posts for a realtor.
Yeah, why do you give out all the realtor tips and tricks for free?
So I gave them out for free for a couple of years, and anybody who snagged them is going to be happy they did. At this point, my plan is to roll it into a nonprofit.
Oh, cool.
And teach people how to do it. And to connect with the prison systems and juvenile halls, to teach kids how to, when they get out, to do it for free. Really so that then I can have a lead system later on that can give them leads, and we can still take a cut on the profit side, but on the non-profit side, we'll be able to training and teaching for free if you want to do our stuff or not. But I have a feeling that once people you give them something for free, they're gonna see what else you have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's always been my heart to just help people no matter what, and I feel like I've been blessed because of that.
That's really
so
cool.
I'm not gonna. Everybody else charges, but they slow down. They lose out. They lose out on customers, clientele, and because a lot of the stuff I do is free and videos and stuff, I've got those 10 accounts that are teaching 72 posts that teach out training for my company that I'm creating on the nonprofit side and the profit side, where I don't have to pay any training labor. And I know from working at Best Buy that training labor was one of your biggest expenses. It costs like $3,200 to train someone for 2 weeks and get them on board. If they quit, you lose that money. But if anybody who does this for free quits, I don't lose anything. And I gain from them training on it and people going and watching these videos and learning from it. I'm making money in my sleep, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But mainly for, the kids in juvenile hall that don't have it any better, that I was a mentor in juvenile hall for 7 years and realized that those kids get out, and if they don't have a mentor or a different group of friends that aren't their same group of friends, they're going to be back doing H and clear and blues like everybody else, and they're not going to progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're going to be stuck. So that's the main reason why I did it for free.
Oh yeah. Well,
what's your view on money? You seem to not really, carry it around, have it.
True.
So,
yeah.
What's your connection with it?
I guess.
Because some people, they don't like money because it's like
honestly,
power or anything like
I have
that.
to be bluntly honest. I'm not a big fan of money because my creator's not a huge fan of money and that system.
That's a good answer.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely,
my main reason is I wanted to see if I could survive without it and how well I could do in case everything hit the fan. On the flip side, if you make enough friends between now and then, you know how many people are going to give you food on the backside when you need it?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I've done DoorDash, so I've learned that through just meeting people. I'll get free food and stuff sometimes that I'm picking up.
Or tips or whatever. But beyond that, just being kind to people when you have what you have and giving them of what you have. And then later on they see you and they're like, yeah, come on in. And it's not so that I get that. I've learned that what I want more than anything is a society that's more of the barter system. This person makes that and does this, and I can do this and do that and give them my stuff and they can give me their stuff. And we don't need the whole money thing. I don't know. I'm still, it's not like I don't use money every once in a while. It's just that I don't tend to seek after it.
Yeah.
Nor have I needed it. You have not because you ask not. When you ask in faith, ask with confidence and then forget about it. Be like, hey, thank you. You're going to give me that.
Yeah.
And then wait a while, because it takes a while for stuff to come through. And when you're grateful the whole time or don't even bring it up and then you get it, you're even super more grateful than before because you're like, oh, I actually got the thing I asked for last week. But in the meantime, you've asked for these other things, and they're like, it's like a domino effect. I don't even know how to
Yeah.
describe the experiences that I've had. It's been insane.
I guess last thing.
Last one.
What message do you have for the world?
Best message I could give to anybody, and this is the message I gave to the kids in juvenile hall when I was speaking to them in there. It's my favorite verse is John 16:13. It says, "When he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he shall guide you into all truth. He will not speak on his own authority, but what he hears he will tell you, and he shall tell you things to come." So it's the first time travel verse in the Bible that I could find. We can go to the future and learn from the Spirit of God about your own future, but it's scary because you'll hear things and you're like, no, that's not the truth. But your creator wants to beckon you in to be able to have conversations with you about it. And if you're worried about your spot with him, it says in Hebrews 4:16, come to the throne of mercy with boldness, and he shall give you grace and mercy in your time of need. And mercy means not getting the punishment you do deserve, and grace means getting what you don't deserve. So the way I translate it, and I think the first word is grace, not mercy. The way I translate it, and I like to say it, is come to the throne of getting what you don't deserve with boldness, and you shall receive not getting the punishment you do deserve and getting what you don't deserve in your time of need. So that's Hebrews 4:16. Then I would tie it back into Proverbs 3:5 and 6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. So that verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart, the Hebrew word for heart is labab. It means imagination. It means your intellect. They thought it was the heart, but they didn't know the difference between brain, heart, like all the words that we have. So it just meant all your core of who you are. And then Jeremiah 29:13, which says, and seek me and you will be found by me when you seek me with all your heart. That's imagination. When you seek me with all your imagination. And because Jesus died for us, you can come to the throne of grace, mercy with boldness, and you're good. So this is what I started teaching the kids in juvenile hall, and they loved it.